So there's probably three things that people that follow my channel have come to know about me. Two of those things are I play Stratocasters pretty often, and the other one is I have a thing for sparkly guitars and metal flake finishes and metallic finishes. So when I came across this awesome orange flake Stratocaster body on Reverb, I had to have it. So I bought it. And my original intention was to get a roasted maple neck with a roasted maple fretboard and black hardware, and I had some EMGs lying around that I was going to throw in it. And I don't know who I pissed off in the pantheon of guitar gods. This whole project was a mess. So the body shows up fine. It's in immaculate condition, no hardware or anything like that. And then my neck shows up. And the neck, I've done business with the company I bought it off of plenty of times. They're in Pennsylvania, and I love them there. They've treated me good, and they're pretty fast when they ship. But I was quite surprised when I opened up the box, and instead of a roasted maple neck with a roasted maple fretboard in there, there was a roasted maple neck with a Ferro fretboard. However, the Ferro fretboard looked really nice, and it was cheaper than what you can buy a roasted maple Deluxe neck for currently. So I reached out to the company. I told them they sent me the wrong neck, but I wanted to keep it. Just wanted to let them know so they could update their inventory and whatnot. And they said, yeah, that's fine. So somehow, I don't know if it's because I'm an idiot or if I just wasn't paying attention, it never occurred to me after I ordered everything that the body was routed for an HSS pickup configuration. So once my pickguard came in and I fitted it, because sometimes you kind of gotta like monkey with the holes for the pickups when you're using covered pickups. I got those sized. I had a Metalworks EMG 81 and 60 that I was going to stick in there, and I went to plop the pickguard onto the guitar, and I was like, why won't it fit? And I looked, and I'm like, oh, because the neck position isn't routed for a humbucker. So then I was like, well, now what do I do? So my original thought was I was just going to order a single coil EMG pickup, but it is damn near impossible to get a pickguard for a humbucker in the bridge and a single coil in the neck in a reasonable amount of time. And I really didn't want to stretch this out over months. So I just started looking around, and I said, you know what, the hell with it. I ordered the EMG Kirk Hammett loaded pickguard with an 81 in the bridge and the SA single coils in the neck and the middle position. I finally found the hardware that I wanted, and I ordered a Kluson Vintage style bridge, and I had some black Fender locking tuners lying around that I was going to use. The boat for the output jack is Vintage Forge, who I've used a couple times. I bought the black output jack boat from my black Strat off of them. It just fits, and I don't have to screw around with drilling holes or filling holes. They're the exact same size as the Fender boats. So I went to mount the bridge. Well, no, I take that back. The bridge comes in, the box is all screwed up and smushed, and I open it up, and it almost looked like somebody had opened it and returned it. So I checked, and I was missing two of the screws to mount the bridge. It's the old vintage style 6-screw bridge, tremolo bridge. So I reached out to the company that I bought it off of. They were supposed to send me 2 new screws to make up for the 2 that were missing, which I'm still waiting for. I had 6 Fender screws that were nickel or stainless steel. And I was like, well, I'll just use those because I don't want to wait too long. And when I went to mount the bridge that I bought was the vintage string spacing, which is wider than contemporary string spacing. So I was left with two options: return the bridge and buy the 2 1/16 string spacing bridge that I really needed, which nobody had in stock, or try to make this work. So I was like, you know what, the hell with it. I filled the holes, I re-drilled them, and I used this bridge. I only had to re-drill 4 of them. The 2 center screws fit. They lined up with the existing holes. It makes the string spacing a little wider, but I'm not a shred guy or anything like that, so if you were, this wouldn't be an ideal setup for somebody that was playing a lot of solos or being a whittly guy, because you are going to pull that high E string off of the neck. But for what I do, it works. Maybe someday I'll change it, but for now it plays just fine. Once I finally got it together and played it, it was amazing. This is by far, I know it's the same neck profile as my other Fender necks, except for I think my American Professional, but it feels slightly thinner, and it feels fast. I mean, this feels like a shred guitar player's neck, so it's probably on the wrong guitar because of the string spacing, but this thing feels amazing. It's probably one of the best feeling, well, without a doubt, one of the best feeling necks I have. Definitely in the top 3. The only things that rival it are probably my White Strat and my American Professional 2. And I mean, it feels stupid good. I have it set up for drop C, and I mean, the EMG 81 sounds like an EMG 81. The single coils I was surprised by. They sound really good. But the biggest shocker for me was the blending the bridge in the middle pickup. Sounds awesome, because it kind of tames some of the nastiness of the EMG 81, and it's still really heavy. So what I found is, for the songs that I've used it for so far, is I do a left and a right track with the 81, and then I do third, and like if I do like the big 4 quad tracked chorus, I use the bridge pickup and the middle pickup blended together, and it just makes for a huge sound. That worked much better than I anticipated, and I would like to put this kind of setup in another guitar, so that, because it's that good. This Kirk Hammett Pickguard, I know it's not technically like what Kirk Hammett uses, so I'm not sure why they slapped his name on it, but I mean, for the price, if you're an active pickups person, and even if you're not, this is still a really good setup. I'm actually considering getting a full set of single coil EMGs for a guitar just to see how they work out. But this is by far, for the hassle that I had getting all the parts together and then having the wrong parts but still making them work, this was probably one of the most rewarding builds, because after that struggle, to have this guitar that plays as good as it does, looks as good as it does, and sounds as good as it does, it's amazing. And this finish is stupid good. And I could not find any of these guitars like complete. But now it seems like since I bought this body and put this guitar together, now I'm seeing these FSR orange, I think it's called Inferno. It's either called Inferno Sunrise or Blazing Orange Metallic. I'm not 100% sure on the color. But it's, or Sunrise Inferno maybe, I forget. But now I'm like seeing them, it's like, yeah, of course. But they're outrageous prices. I bought the body for around $300 and the whole guitar I've been seeing them for like $1,250, $1,500, so I still came in well under that, even with buying the EMG loaded pickguard, the Deluxe neck, and all that stuff. So that's my Orange Flake and Sunrise Inferno Sunrise, whatever color it's called, Stratocaster that I pieced together. I love this guitar, man. I will never get rid of this. This one will be with me. Well, my kids will have to figure out what to do with it, because I'm keeping this till I'm dead. I love this thing, man. And it's unique. I can almost guarantee nobody has a guitar like this out there with this combination of things on it. But, you know, that's how I try to approach most of my guitars. Make them somewhat unique to me and what I like. But anyways, that's all I have for that. So, like always, guys, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch, and we'll see you in the next one. Alright? Have a good one.